What's up, y'all? I'm out for a little walk with the little people, and I did give a home tour today, and I made a video of me touring that home, and I gave some quick tips on a few reasons why people are denied on their applications when they go to apply for rental apartments, apply to rent apartments or whatever. So I was like, I made the video like in landscape form, and I know Facebook is not really landscape form friendly. So I was like, man, let me just go live and drop these tips on here really quick. So some real reasons why people applications get denied. And that number one reason most of the time is credit. People applications get denied based upon their credit score, or if they have a balance on their credit owing like a bank an extremely outstanding amount. A lot of times, most other times, they will be denied. Of course, it's case by case, but that's one of the big reasons why people get denied on their applications. Is because their credit. So let's say they got the decent credit score, 650, but if they owe the bank like a crazy amount of money, like 10,000 or whatever, they might get denied. But let's say their credit score, let's say they don't owe any like crazy balance. Let's just say they maybe owe like $1,000 or $500 or whatever, but their credit score is like a 480, then there's a good chance they're gonna be denied. Also, another big factor in regards to the credit, why people get denied. Man, I ain't gonna walk in a minute. I'm out of breath. But rental history. So, what was that? Bug. Rental history. So a big reason why people get denied on their application, connecting to that credit, would be their rental history. Meaning, like, if they had a lot of late payments from where they used to live at, and or they had an eviction or a broken lease, or they got property debt. Property debt will go on your credit report, and now the eviction and the broken lease won't necessarily go on your credit report. It'll be the debt that'll go on your credit report. But so you'll be hurt two ways. When that debt shows up on your credit report, and then the other way is from the history, your rental history. So those two can mess you up and would cause your application to be denied, and a lot of times. And of course, you can get that situation taken care of and fixed simply by, I'm running out of breath. Simply by, I need to work out more. But yeah, simply by going back to the apartments that you were at or who you were renting from, and asking them if they can work out like some type of a payment plan, or just paying the debt off. Awesome. But yeah, you could just pay the debt off, go back to the apartment or the landlord or whoever it was, and maybe ask them to work out a payment plan. Or you can probably get with like a credit repair specialist, and they can help you get it taken care of also. But I'll suggest, in all reality, with good integrity, If you owe the debt, pay it off. Don't try to get out of it. Just if you owe the debt, just pay it off. And not only that, when you do that, you can get a letter from them stating that, the debt's been cleared, and they will take it off of your record. They'll take that eviction. They can take that eviction off your rental history. They can take that broken lease off of your rental history. And that'll give you a really, really good opportunity. It'd be like wiping the slate clean with getting you another rental. Other reason why I see people getting denied on their rental applications would be not making enough. So they'll think that they make enough. They go to apply, but then they don't qualify because they actually didn't make enough. And then I'm about to take a break up here. I'm running out of breath. And so most landlords and apartments, they want to see, hey, what's going on, Ernest? They want to see you make at least 3 times the monthly rent amount. And that means if the apartment that you're trying to rent is $1,000 a month, they want to see you making at least $3,000 a month in order to qualify for it. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna take a little break real quick. Catch my breath. Yeah, we at this playground. We're gonna go to the other one though. Daddy kind of tired. Talking and going at the same time. Go ahead, you can go play. So yeah, those are some of the reasons. Those are just a couple reasons. You need to make the income. Now, some apartments do allow like 2.5 times. In extremely rare cases, there's just a very few that will allow like 1.5 times. My advice is not to put yourself in that type of position, because if the rent costs that much, if the rent cost is about 1.5 times what you actually make, there's a good chance that you might end up putting yourself in a situation where you'll be evicted really quickly because you won't be able to afford it, in our reality speaking. So the other reason I see applications get denied really quickly. Hey, how's it going, Andrew? It's because apparently there's a lot of people committing fraud these days. And so they go on like Photoshop or whatever, and they'll create these fake, these fake pay stubs or fake bank statements saying that they make X amount when they actually don't. And these apartment communities, these landlords, they're not stupid. And they do verify. They call your employers and they do reference checks to reference and find out if you're actually employed and if you can afford what it is that you're applying for. So don't do fraud. Don't try to get by, because again, you're going to put yourself in that situation, like I mentioned earlier, that you don't want to be in. If you can't afford the place, it's best that you not try to get it, because you'll end up getting evicted. Eviction goes on your rental history. Then that property debt will hit your credit, and it just makes it makes it really, really difficult to get another apartment, and makes it extremely difficult to get a house. A lot of people think that I'll try to get a house since I can't get an apartment. It should be easier. It's actually more difficult to get a house with those type of issues going on than it is to get an apartment, because most of these homes, they use property management companies also, just like the apartment communities. They use property management companies. And so Yeah, private homeowners. If you can find you a private homeowner, then yeah, that's not using a property management company. Yeah, there's a chance that you can possibly get in. But it's really difficult when you're applying to a home that's going to have even more expenses typically than an apartment would have, because a lot of times when you renting a home versus renting an apartment, the apartments, they take care of all the landscaping, maintenance, take care of just about any and everything that goes wrong in your apartment. Whereas though when you're renting a house, you got to take care most of the times, not all the times, but most of the times, I say about 90% of the times, you're cutting you're cutting the grass on that property. You're changing those light bulbs on that property. And a lot of these rental homes, they got it written into that lease contract, whereas though they're not responsible for anything below like $100 or $150 or et cetera or whatever. So that means you got to change those light bulbs, you got to change those filters, you might have to plunger that toilet. So it's a little more expensive renting a home than it is renting an apartment, and you don't want to put yourself in that type of situation. So yeah, don't commit fraud, y'all. Make sure that you go on by the book and you get everything legit, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you can't afford the home that you're living in. And that could have been avoided if you had been honest in the beginning. And now you're going to be evicted and you're not going to have a home at all. And it's going to be extremely difficult to find you another home. So yeah, don't commit fraud, y'all. Those are some of the most serious reasons, top reasons that I see people getting denied on their applications for is number one, credit. Number two, rental history. Number three, they don't make the income. Number four, they lied on their application and they committed fraud by submitting falsified documents such as fake check stubs. I've even seen people submit fake identifications, like fake IDs or whatever. They try to get through with that. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out like the way you might think it will. So, yeah, I say that the number one biggest reason why people applications get denied is because they're not working with a professional. I think whenever you're trying to relocate, whenever you're relocating and you're making that move to a new address, you need to connect yourself with a realtor, because realtors can help guide you through that process. They know what these apartment communities are looking for. They know what the property managers are looking for. And they can help you with avoiding a lot of heartache, a lot of stress, and money wasted, and a lot of time. They can help save you a lot of time, a lot of money when you work with a realtor. So if you guys need a realtor here in the DFW, I specialize in rentals. I could definitely help you. And there's a ton of other realtors out here. There's thousands of realtors out here in the DFW. And most realtors, if you're looking to move to get an apartment, most realtors, when it comes to apartments, and particularly, they don't charge. Well, I'm gonna put it this way: you're not looked to pay a fee. You're not looked at to pay a fee, because these apartment communities, they set aside in their marketing budget money to pay the realtor on your behalf to bring you into their community. So you don't really have to look at paying the realtor anything most times when you're looking to get an apartment. And I say most times, it's not all cases, but most times. I know for me, I do my best and I find my clients, I work with them, of course, and we find them an apartment community that will absolutely pay and cover my commission in regards to getting them into a home. So you shouldn't be afraid of working with a realtor, because realtors, our job is we have a fiduciary duty, and our job is to make sure that we're providing you with good and excellent customer service and making sure that your needs are put first. And so, yeah, if you need a realtor, I'm your guy out here in the DFW. It's Mario Cottman. Phone number is 214-554-7743. You can find me at mario.calliclose.com. I'm here to help. So, yeah, I'll talk to y'all later.